This video brought to you by Lawrence Kia. You can catch them at East 23rd in Lawrence, home of a complimentary lifetime warranty. Check them out at lawrencekia.com. It's not a very far drive to Lawrence. Go and check them out in person. But if you want to check out their stock before heading out, lawrencekia.com. Again, East 23rd in Lawrence. Let's talk about the Royals and one of the things that's being ignored, in my opinion, about them. They're talking about the struggles. It's fair. Starters, they've struggled. Bullpen, they've struggled. The offense has actually performed okay in the month of August. And although this hasn't gone exactly to plan this August, and not even anywhere close, right? Didn't catch up on Cleveland, still behind in the wild card hunt. There's one thing that's being ignored as part of this. It's okay to talk about your team struggling, and that's fair. Royals have been struggling. They've been struggling in a lot of areas, just like I mentioned. The one thing that is lost in these struggles is the fact that Salvador Perez is still gone. He's supposed to be back tomorrow or Wednesday, and I don't think people are I don't think they're saying nearly enough what a boost that will be for this team, not just mentally, because it will definitely mentally. He's a leader in the clubhouse. He's there anyway, but actually being back on the field and being an important part of this team is a major factor in this. But being missed on the field, like as a player, most teams can't lose their most important player, and Salvador Perez is that to the Royals, in my opinion, and continue to maintain this level. If anything, the Royals should be getting credit for not taking on more water. I know it's not that easy, and when a team struggles, you want to say, hey, well, then somebody should have stepped up in Salvador Perez's place, and that's a fair comment. And some of the offensive guys have. Eric Hosmer, Lorenzo Cain was really good during that stretch. Mike Moustakas has continued to be good. Sure, some of those guys have continued to play well, but when you lose your heart, and that's what Salvador Perez is, I don't think it's crazy to say, okay, good for the Royals. Staying in the thick of the wild card hunt, and now with 6 weeks to play, they're going to get Salvador Perez back. That is a huge addition, and it can't just be looked at like that, right? The Indians have lost players and stayed atop the division, but in all reality, they've got a deeper rotation. They've got a deeper lineup, and the Royals have some things in the lineup. 1 through 6 are about as good as anybody right now. With Merrifield, Lorenzo Cain, Eric Hosmer, Melky Cabrera, Mike Moustakas, and when Salvador Perez comes back too, that is a really deep lineup, 1 through 6. 7, 8, 9 are still problems. When Alex Gordon and Escobar are still a big part of the lineup, that's still an issue. But the fact that Salvador Perez has been gone isn't giving the credit that it deserves. They haven't been a very good team, but they've been without their best player. They lost Danny Duffy and actually played winning baseball the entire time. But you know how often Danny Duffy goes out? Once every 5 days. That's it. And even if he is their most important pitcher, or he's supposed to be their best pitcher, and this year it's probably been Jason Vargas as a whole, that doesn't take over an everyday player. And a catcher, that's what Salvador Perez is. He's not just an every once in a while player. He's an every single day player. And I think that's why I still think the Royals are the front runner to get one of the wild card spots. Maybe the second one because they've lost ground to the Yankees. Maybe that's where you're looking at. But in the jumbled mess that is the second wild card for the American League, the Royals should be the favorite, and that's because they're getting their most important player back in Salvador Perez, and they should continue to play good baseball. Couple that with the easiest schedule in the entire month of September because they get a whole heavy dose of Detroit and Chicago, and all these other teams are going to have to play themselves too. It's looking at 83 wins probably, maybe 84 to get the second wild card spot. With the Royals adding their most important player back, I think that they're as good as anybody to get there. This brought to you by Lawrence Kia. They're at East 23rd in Lawrence. Check them out at lawrencekia.com. To get more information, click the link above. It can bring you right to their site, give you an idea of what kind of stock they have in place. They're big fans of the Royals, and they hope for another postseason push. We'll see if they can do that once Salvador Perez comes back. For Sports Radio 810, I'm Cody Tapp.